I'll come get it. I'll come get it. What's going on, everybody? It's your guy BMT coming at you again. Man, oh man, oh man. I had to burn one. First of all, shout out to the host of the last show a few minutes ago. Reg's the bad guy. Always killing it out there, bro. Always killing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Trucker? What's going on, DJ? Something happened earlier, right? Something happened earlier on a show called, the Sunday Rumble in the Hood by Reg's the Bad Guy. If y'all do me a favor, go ahead, share the video. But me and Reg had talked a while ago about building up channels and building up our membership and our fellowship. Me and Reg had talked a while ago. Hang on, let me go ahead and do that. And one of the things that had happened was the fact that I took his show and I shared it in other groups. And so what happened was people started coming at him. Well, let me tell you why they came at him. Well, they came at me because a friend of mine's a white man asked could he come up on the panel. But he was listening to the conversation. And literally we have this thing going on with black people that literally, depending on how somebody talks or their talking points, let me show you. This is how stupid black people are sometimes. And don't worry, white people do it to us. It gets infuriating. Depending on how some people talk, we like to disassociate them from being black to being white. Let me make sure I turn off my Xbox. Got my Xbox going right now. So, what's going on, Ray Ray? How you doing, love? We like to disassociate intellect of a black person and say you're not black, you're white. And I'm like, who made you that gatekeeper? And what was crazy was the fact that I was watching a dude who was for black people, but he wanted another black man on the panel dead. And I was like, damn. You would want another black man dead on a panel, and you would call him a crack. I'm not gonna say the whole word, but that's what you was calling him. And I believe both men are intellectually inclined, but it blew my mind that literally a white man coming up on a panel, lower derelict people lose their shit. He didn't call none of them out their name. He didn't speak down on them. Didn't turn on them about no race or anything. But I started to watch as black people. What's going on, everyone? I started to watch as black people saw this man on this black men. Black men saw this dude on the panel. They started to act crazy. Like they could not control themselves or literally think clearly. They started to freak out like women or children. I don't want to say women. They started to freak out like animals. And I was like, what's wrong with these black men? Like, y'all don't know how to talk to white people, a white man? Like, I'm like, holy crap, is this Amistad or some shit? You mean to tell me one white man coming up on here and talking to y'all about the medical field, as well as saying, and I quote this comment, he said, you don't know how much you don't know how much the next man on this panel works. So how can you make that comment? That's a fair comment. That has nothing to do with race, sir. That literally has something to do with work. I've had white people come on my panel so many times. I've never lost my mind or lost my shit or anything. And this is the problem. This is why I say them black talking points that are here in this space, they're weak as fuck when they get in front of white people, and they get weak to me. I can't take them serious at all. But honestly, if just showing up, if a white man or a white woman showing up on a panel, all hope is lost, then miss me with that. We're gonna have a race war. If all I knew I had to do was just drop a Karen in front of y'all or drop a goddamn Brad, and y'all lose y'all fucking mind. And I mean, honestly, let's be real, man. Like, these talking points are blowing my mind to no end. How does a black man fix his mouth to say, I wish another black man dead? I wish you dead or anything affiliated with you death. But then a white man asks you one question and you lose your shit. All of a sudden, well, back in the day, Kemet was walking the earth and fighting the Native Americans. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, y'all naming off all this crazy babble shit. And I'm like, like, stop. Just talk. And the men got so effeminate, it was fucking crazy. Fucking low cast, crazy little non-ass. Fucking AC went bussy mode on me. I was like, damn, AC, like, you supposed to be a veteran. Well, we already knew Big J was going to be a bitch. Like, I mean, we knew that shit was coming. And I mean, I was like, hold the fuck up. So y'all literally telling me y'all want reparations. You want to stop police violence. You want fair and equal treatment under the law. You want X, Y, and Z as a black man, but you're afraid to talk to one white man that literally is actually not screaming or yelling, but having a logical conversation with you. Share my video if you're in the chat. So you mean to tell me you got all that smoke behind a doggone avatar? You got all that smoke behind an avatar about the horrors of a white man, but then if a white man shows up and wants to talk to you and treat you like a man to man, that's a problem. And Jay will tell you, I've had white people on my panel plenty of times. And we have talked about political, socio-economical, financial, household. We talked about all kinds of stuff. Never at one time do we ever figure, whoa, the white man is here. The white man is here. The white man is here. The white man. And nobody ever does. I'm like, yo, who raised y'all animals, man? Who raised y'all? I was like, that's madness. That was mad. I'm like, yo, dude. You're talking to a guy who's in the military that literally is talking to y'all about big government and literally about stuff that you can literally pick his brain for. And you know the bad thing about it? It blows my mind. Y'all talk about celebrities so much. Do y'all not know celebrities' biggest consumers or people that put them on are white people? Because it amazed me that here we're trying to help a brother, Reg, get to the next level. Who do you think is going to be watching this stuff? Y'all got so much goddamn conspiracies of the white man, but yet you're on YouTube. Make that make sense. You're not on Black Junction. You're not on Black Tube TV. You're not on your other server. You're on YouTube. Hang on. Let me look that up. I got a BMT. I need to look that up. Y'all like the video. Y'all in the chat, go ahead and like the video. If y'all want to throw shade at the video, go ahead. Dislike the video. You know how I am. I mean, I'm married to a white woman, so I'm probably already compromised. Let me see. Owner of So let me get this straight. You got all the smoke for the white man, but it's an Asian man and a goddamn white boy that literally run the space, that literally are the founders. So wait, so let me get this squared away. These guys, y'all got so much smoke. Oh yeah, she's actually over it now. She's over it now. Yeah. Say hello to feminism 101. And literally, I'm telling you, all right, yeah. These are the forerunners of YouTube. So whatever big giant y'all are fighting, please let me know how you talking shit and you literally answer to this woman every fucking day. We are, what's going to happen to my YouTube check? RBR, bitch network. These guys are the text for YouTube. Not no black people. These guys are the text for YouTube. Office boy from pedophilia hit success with YouTube. CEO of YouTube. CEO of YouTube. Susan, I can't even say your last name, dear. So I want you to understand, for all the smoke you got, I want you to understand who's your boss of YouTube. This woman right here. If she wants to shut you down, yes, she can do that. But one person shows up. You gonna call in, Ray? If you want to call in, Raina, that's fine. Don't worry. Like I said, it blew my mind because I don't understand. Like, how y'all want to talk about race, marriage, the gynocracy? You want to talk about all the ills and ilks, but literally when it comes time to do that, a lot of these black men turn bitch. I was listening to a black man for 45 minutes threaten the life of another black man, but then went into victim mode around a white man. He had no problem wishing death upon Preem. My homeboy Valisher Gaming shows up, and he does have a wrench over here. You literally start saying, "Why are you in my conversation?" You dumb motherfucker. You are on YouTube. This is an open public platform. This is an open public platform. I don't understand how y'all talk about all the black successes. Do y'all not understand majority of your sponsors are white people when you get monetized? Have y'all not watched the commercials? Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Yep. When she want to shut you down, she can shut you down. Jay, suddenly my wife is a white woman. News to me. I need to go figure that out. When does my status go up now that I have a white woman in my bedroom now? Please, y'all, let me know. How does my status or my life goes up as a black man for me getting access to white vagina? Let me know. Somehow, me getting pussy from a white woman, I literally made it in life. I never heard so much pro-black rah-rah, but then all of a sudden, literally somebody Hispanic wants to talk with you. Somebody Asian, anybody that is not black. I don't understand. I'm starting to understand why Jessica literally has the clout she does. It's like if you just have a percentage of white in you, people lose their shit in this space. Somehow I'm the one that brought the white man, Deity, and Jessica X all to this space. Mm-hmm. Huh? Let me go ahead and drop the link. I'll talk with y'all for 1 hour. 1 hour. But I want to know what goes on through y'all mind that literally the white man done scared y'all so much. And honestly, my white compatriots, you're allowed to come up. Do not worry about the black man. White and black people do not worry about the white people. Nobody's going to harm you. You are on what is called social media. Nobody can kill you. I swear, y'all get all the balls in the world when y'all get behind these goddamn panels and stuff. I mean, I never understood that. Y'all literally got songs. Y'all talk about die, nigga, die. But then all of a sudden, literally, somebody else come. Hang on, we got somebody call. Hey, Raina. Hey, what's up? Nothing too much. We are literally going over how we were talking about politics and pretty much about work ethic. A white man came on the panel, and literally a few of the black men lost their shit. They didn't know how to react to talking with a white man. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't figure out why was that. Like, if you want to talk about now, you are a proud, if you don't mind me saying, Native American. Yeah. And you know your heritage and who you are. Do you have a problem talking to other races and people and genders and literally talking your talking point, or is that hard for you?
No, my husband is half black, half Mexican. And he looks more black than he does Mexican. He looks like he's Puerto Rican. And so if anybody says, "Oh, you look like you're Puerto Rican," he snaps off and gets pissed off. But he's half black, half Mexican. But he knows fucking Spanish fluently. And then so whenever Mexicans actually see him like in the street singing to Mexican song and he's black, they look at him fucking strange and look at me strange because they automatically think I'm Mexican, but I'm not. He's the one that's Mexican, not me.
Right.
I'm just Negro.
So
there's all kinds of shit out there.
But why the inferiority mindset? Like literally, I'm confused that why would a strong group, now me and my friend, we want to grow. We want our channels and our stuff to grow. Would that not mean that we're going to have to deal with other races and other groups if our platform or our social media grows, or should we only just deal with our race?
No, it shouldn't just deal with just black folks. And we talked about this before personally.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And like I told you before, I wanted to start a podcast with you along.
We still can. We still can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand, but stuff comes in a way, and then it's just like different shit. But I called in on your channel.
Thank you.
Because of what's going on, and it should be that way because there's totally different mixed races. Like even my older niece on my brother's side. She's mixed with Native, Mexican, and Korean. So you can't even tell what she is. You look at her and automatically think she's Asian, but she's not. She's totally mixed with Native, Mexican, and Korean.
Right.
So if everybody wants to be biased about shit, it's like, why the fuck? Everybody's mixed with something.
No, I agree to that. And if you look in the YouTube chat, I put the link in there. If you want to come on up on the show, click on that link. You can come on up, okay?
Where's it at?
It's right there. It's right there in the YouTube chat. I'll put it down there again, okay? You can go ahead and grab that and come on up, okay?
Let's see if I can.
Okay. I'm gonna drop it one more time for you. That way you can go ahead and grab it. But I definitely want to talk with y'all about this, okay? So go ahead and grab it, okay? All right. All right, y'all. So you already heard it from a native that has a diverse background. Now, I mean, y'all can judge me or say what y'all got to say. BMT, why would you ever bring a white man to this space? I don't know, like, for long. I'm not. That's why I know people don't watch my channel. How many white people or people have I had on this channel that aren't black?
Quite a few.
Seven to count, and that's like an honest count.
And they hosted on the channel. Trucker, if you want to come on up, Trucker, you are welcome to come on up, brother. You are welcome to come on up. Let me drop the link. The thing about it is, I've always talked about money, politics, government, household, and family. At what point, and this thing I don't understand, that's how I think some of y'all don't understand business. Because in business, you're going to have to deal with other people. If I was a white guy and I came inside Jonathan's store, can you say we don't serve your kind?
He can say it. He just gonna have a nice lawsuit on him.
I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and say it out your mouth, but okay, make sure. Hey, say that again. We don't serve your kind. Good, thank you. I'll be back.
We don't serve cracker pie. We don't serve cracker pie.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna own your business before the end of this dog.
We don't serve cracker pie.
Y'all gotta understand, man. Listen, boy. I don't understand, y'all. This is why I say no hope, no change, boy. Like, and I have a gaming channel. I do podcast radio, Patreon. I do a lot of different stuff. And I work with a lot of different races and lot of different people. Like I've never been just black, just on this. BMT, I've been going banging hard for y'all here. But other than that, I'm hardcore talking on all type of talking points. And the thing about it that blew my mind was the man came up there to talk about policy and literally talk about the medical thing going on. Why did y'all? Go ahead, Sam.
I want to make sure I understand. Somebody was dim-witted enough to come onto your panel and freak out about somebody of a different group being here?
No. Okay, so what happened was this. And MAGA Man, if you always want to come on up, MAGA Man. Like I said, I want anybody, if you're not, especially if you're not a black, you are welcome up on my panel. You have right to that. I want y'all to come up. We need. I'm breaking the fucking wall. Fuck the bullshit. Y'all don't sneak this and talk in a safe spot. You should be able to talk with any man anywhere. Shout out to my homie Iori. Iori is not black. The Iori comes on all sorts of black panels and sits down and talks.
Yeah, he goes to my panel. He goes to my panel twice.
So y'all telling me now y'all running off Iori now? Y'all running off Iori, and Iori's all into tech. Iori's all into business. How many Arabs do I have in my panel? Y'all know how many Arabs I have in my chat? I have every culture in my chat. Literally, that was a native that just called me. I don't get, like, we're talking about money and power and literally about us getting rights. Y'all don't think we ain't gonna have to talk to other people? Y'all don't think we ain't gonna have to push certain policies? Y'all don't think you ain't gonna meet up with other groups or deal with somebody who's not like you sitting on a judge seat? Don't. Go ahead, Jonathan. Go ahead.
Because me personally, I think it was crazy. Because all this hatred for white people, like a white man helped me get some grants today, so he's gonna pretty much help me with the grant progress and get some free grant money. So I can't have this strong, vehement hate on somebody that's helping me. The whole panel was crazy. I saw the whole entire panel, and like you were saying, oh boy, just snapped. As soon as he heard that person was a white person, man, he just snapped. Like, that's crazy.
Like I said, hang on. Let me bring up one of the dudes that I've been rocking with on different other panels, MAGA Man. And I think how many days we've been talking and just talking on different stuff, like a few days on Maurice Stelz's channel.
Yes, sir. How's it going, BMT? Everybody in the chat, and Sin and Jonathan, I believe we have in the panel here.
Hello.
Forgive me if I'm a little out of my element. I come from a different sector of the manosphere, so bear with me if I'm just slightly out of my element. But coming from a different sector of the manosphere, I can tell you this, and I can safely say I talk with black people, Hispanic people. I even have women that we talk with. There's no hatred. There's none of that stuff. But unfortunately, let's be realistic, all right? I watched that whole Reach live stream, and I had to get out of it, man, because I heard that whole thing, and I've been kind of dipping my toes in the comment section here or there. If you don't know me by now, I'm the infamous guy that was talking about the Aunt Jemima pancake box, and that's what triggered some of these guys. All right, now that wasn't meant to be racist. It's because I know you have angry assholes that are out there. First off, that are humorless. All right, they got no sense of humor. They take themselves way too seriously, and they develop what I call YouTube muscles. They got their keyboards, they got their cameras, they got their fingers to type away with, and all anger, they scream into a camera and go into this rage. But what it boils down to is when you actually understand human nature. You see, unfortunately, we live in a society of spoiled people where you have everybody expects to be a winner. Everybody wants to be a superstar. Everybody wants to be a trophy, and then when things go wrong, somebody needs a scapegoat, like what you were talking. It's always the white man's fault, or it's the woman's fault, or it's the school's fault, or it's Trump's fault, or it's this fault. Yeah. Maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you that sucks. Look in the mirror once in a while, because you're constantly. I deal with this all the time in my sector of YouTube in the manosphere. You know, I got trolls that talk about this, who I readily call out, which I have no shame in doing. That's why when Maurice Delk called me in, man, you know, I appreciate that sort of thing, because no, Trump supporters, number one, are not racist. Okay, and if you want to talk about bullshit, if they want to say the white man has handed everything, then explain affirmative action. Now, a statement like that's going to piss people off, of course, but they don't want to deal with the fucking truth. The simple fact of the matter is people have a hard time looking in the mirror. They have a hard time admitting to their own faults. Maybe their individual lives suck. Maybe their lives are tough. Maybe they have the disease. Maybe they've been divorced. Maybe they just got out of jail. Whatever the reason is, it's always somebody's fault except for theirs. And that's where all this anger comes from. I get tired of hearing about this stupid shit, and I deal with it on a daily basis. And our guys over on my sector of the manosphere, whether you're black, white, like I deal with mostly military guys, 9/11 recovery workers like myself, you know, blue-collar dudes, truck drivers, you name it, man. We got all sorts of flavors of manosphere, but you got a lot of people that are out there that they just will not look in the mirror. Maybe it's not us. Maybe it's you that sucks as an individual.
So no.
Brother was in the military, and he still is in the military. So we're not saying anybody sucks. It's just individuals. They just can't get the grasp of, like, not feeling sorry for themselves. They actually need help. The fuck?
Right.
There's people that went overseas and actually had PTSD, and they come back home. It doesn't matter the color, because my brother is Native.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
I think one of the things about it, and like I said, I think, like, for me and Maurice Delk, and I'm not sure how many people have ever been on Maurice Delk's channel.
I have.
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
I'm a regular.
So the thing about it is, me and Mo started out on Facebook, and literally we came over here to YouTube, and we tackled politics and lifestyle from two different sides. He was attracting and bringing in more of the whites, and I was bringing in more of the blacks and minorities. But we will always meet up every other month and say, come over. Now, MAGA, have I not been saying that? Like, even if I say, hey guys,
Yes, sir.
you want to meet up with blacks, come over to my channel.
Yes.
I will set it up. Shout out
Yes,
to
sir.
Likewise.
You have.
Shout out to Likewise. I have a soap sponsor that is a veteran. Y'all forgot I got sponsors that are not black that sponsor my channel. I do gaming and different other stuff like that. Y'all are not about to just capsize me to only just black. Fuck y'all if y'all think that's possible. I don't get it. Y'all are literally part of the manosphere. The manosphere is not just black. Like, it's not.
Exactly.
Y'all are using a name of a brand that literally was not even founded by y'all. That's the crazy thing about it. It's a whole
Now, if there's one thing I will say is that, you know, Ray, is that your name, ma'am? If you don't mind me asking. All right. So, you know, unlike what I witnessed just a little while ago, seeing how certain guys attack females, I'm not going to do that. You're entitled to your opinion. And some guys can't handle that. They're like, oh my God, look at this woman. What she's saying, this and that, and blah, 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 blah. You're not going to get that from me. And that's the problem. I think when you hide behind a computer and you're tapping away at your keyboard, I think it grants you fake power to berate and accost people. So you're not going to get that from me. I promise you that.
No, I don't give a fuck what you think. That's the thing. I don't give a fuck
that's fine.
what everybody thinks. I
That's
do
fine.
what I do. My brother does what he does. He served his fucking country. And
I dug up dead bodies at the World Trade Center. I dug up dead bodies at the World Trade Center for days and days and days.
He dug up bodies from the fucking May 3rd tornadoes. So
that's fine. I'm not gonna get into a pissing contest who did what.
Want to say.
I'm not going to get into a pissing contest over who did what. I'm being respectful to you.
Okay, well, you wanted to
asking
say
for the
that shit. You said that shit, not me.
Well,
I'll
I'm
be showing
trying to-
my fucking face.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Do we have a problem learning how to bridge and do content with other people, regardless
Yes.
of our?
Seems like it.
Yes.
Seems like it.
Okay, now I want to
And it
understand.
doesn't make any sense. We're supposed to be united, not divided.
Hey, what's up?
Mike, come on, Mike.
Well-
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just saying. Listen, y'all. We on YouTube. Like I said, I done subscribe to MAGA Man. I done subscribe to John, Sin, Mike. I told Ray when she's ready, we're gonna sit down on the phone and we'll talk and start ironing out some late night shows. Did we not talk about that, Ray?
Yeah,
So,
we talked about that a long time ago.
I have been faithful to my word about whatever y'all ask for, I will do. If MAGA Man says, yo, BMT, I want to do a collab and talk about child support, I will be like, okay, brother, let's sit down. And I said, yo, bro, if we were to take off the race, you would sound just like the black men in this space. This is not one of the first comments I made to you. And literally, you laughed. Because honestly, listen, man, we got some issues right now systematically that are happening to us. And I'm like, yo, y'all freaking out. I don't get it. How y'all gonna say we want to talk about certain systematic issues if you can't talk to the next man over to you? Because if Jonathan got to do a trade, if Mike got to go to work, if Sin got to go ahead and do some business, if I got to go ahead and do a military contract, I'm going to have to deal with different people. I don't understand how everybody's so rah, keyboard warrior and shit and talking about, I wish this person that looks like me would die. But then all of a sudden, another dude shows up that doesn't look like you, and you're like, I can't believe we've been raided now. So you want?
I'm showing my face on here, but nobody else can.
Ray, that's a whole nother thing. I know what you're talking about.
That's
Ray.
That's one of the beautiful things.
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I get Ray. I'm just letting you know, baby. I understand why you do that. See, me and you, we don't mind doing that because we live in an open world. And I know Sten, he already cammed up. John, I think he's cammed up one time. But in other spaces, they don't do that. They don't do that. Mike don't mind doing that. We can live in the light because we understand that we have to fight certain types of entities of stereotypes and stuff put out there. I want them to see my face. I was told people said I shouldn't show that I have a family. Go ahead, go ahead, Sin, and then I gotta get it over to Mike.
I was about to say, as far as me not being cammed up right now, I also just got out of the shower, had to get dressed and everything, and now I'm playing the game while I'm talking to you guys. So that's about the only reason I ain't got my cam on. But if it's an issue, I can turn mine on.
No, you good.
Coincidentally, I'm in the same situation.
Yeah, I don't want to see all that shit. I'm good.
But yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Super Mike. What's going on, man? And like I said, y'all coming on in the chat, please like the video, share the video. Y'all know how I get doggone censored, but I definitely want to make sure that these guys get out there. Mike, MAGA Man, and John, Real Finance, and I think Sin might still be doing it. So let's go ahead and get it going, y'all. You already know the title. One white comes up, and pro ninjas lose their shit. And I already saw it happen right there on the panel. So, and like I made it up, they literally lost their shit.
Well, I mean, the thing I didn't see what the video that you were talking about, so I'm just speaking in general. But I know for a fact that you've had white people up. I mean, even me, I have white people on my channel, and I'm in the Nation of Islam under Farrakhan. So,
right.
The thing is though, what people don't understand is because we are in a racist society. I mean, that's just the bottom line. If you want to try to pretend like that is not true, then that's where you're going to be surprised and get all these surprises when you have all these little arguments and stuff. But once you understand, okay, this is what it is, then if you want to you're going to do business, that doesn't mean you're not going to do business with people. and that doesn't mean you don't have make friends with people, care with people, and everything. But people just need to understand that, you know, this is people. It's different groups of people have little sensitive areas, you know, sensitive topics, and when you're going to create a group like this where different groups are going to talk about those sensitive topics, you got to expect that you can't get mad when some of that heat, you know, some of those sparks start to fly.
Right.
And it's
right.
not that either side is evil.
It's not necessarily like the heat. It's just everybody wants to put their point across, and in some part of the way, some people, they just don't understand the other side because they haven't heard it. And then that's where when they have grown up in one certain society and they got thrown into another, and they get defensive because they've never been into a different cultural situation, diversity.
Well, some people don't care about the other society, and that's fine. You have to be okay with that. But you have to be okay with that. Like, I don't need to beg somebody else who doesn't associate with me and my things that I care about. If they don't care about what I care about, like, I don't, you know, it's no big deal, right? But if they're starting to talk to me though, and then you start to get it, so it's certain groups of those people that are centrists. So I feel like I'm kind of like a centrist, even though, I forgot what the brother said earlier. You were saying how somebody helped you get a contract or get some federal money and grant money. That doesn't make me. That doesn't sensitize me. I'm just saying, like, I've had that happen before too. White folks have helped me do things, but that doesn't make me forget all the other stuff. Like, I'm not going to be on a pro-white thing
from the nation
because
of Islam, right?
Right, but I'm not going to hate. See, like, I don't have to hate white people. Yeah, like, I don't have to hate white people to understand. Like, I'm not going to pretend like certain stuff didn't happen. But if me and this particular white person is friends and we're able to understand, I'm not going to hide like where I come from. And if he can deal with it, then I can deal with where he comes from. I respect where he comes from. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to sell out my side, you know, just because this person is willing to help me here or there. You see what I'm saying? And that's the only problem sometimes people have with.
Well, it doesn't matter like where you come here or there.
So
sometimes it matters to people because people
prove I'm a racist.
People have a tendency. Well, people have a tendency.
I ask this from a lot of people just by looking at me. Prove I'm a racist.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't, care. I don't know. I don't.
Me as an individual, prove I'm racist.
I can't tell. I cannot tell. But that's not even the issue. That's not the issue.
Most people can't because they don't know how to answer that.
Yeah,
that's the core of it. That's the core. Yeah, it is the issue because people do not take the time to get to know one another, except for what you see at. Nobody takes the time to get to know one another, and that's the problem. Everybody comes up, look at me, and I have this, and you did that, and they did this back then, and he's doing that now, and this politician, and I'm like, what about this moment right here, right now?
Well, hey,
the way I come off with people, it's like, let's talk to each other like we just watched a football game. Let's talk to each other like we're eating pizza at a restaurant. Most people are not capable of that today.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. I work in a liquor store. I don't give a fuck about what you look like, what you're drinking, what your lifestyle is, or anything. If you come into the store, you do what you do. And I've got regular customers. Yes, they're daily, and it's a liquor store. I don't give a fuck what your background is. What you look like, you're still gonna do what you do. And even my beliefs ain't gonna matter because we're all one. It doesn't matter. And even though there may be people that come in more than once to the liquor store, I'm not gonna judge anybody. I can't judge anybody. They're gonna be black, white, gray, anything purple. Yeah, they
So let
could
me
be
get this straight.
Republican and Libertarian and Democratic.
So let me get this straight.
I don't
When I walk out of that store, you instantly assume I'm up to no good because you don't see me anymore. Just because that guy's white, once he walks out, oh, he's up to no good. You don't know
why
that.
do they have to be white? They have to be white.
That could be anybody. But that seems to be a lot of the rhetoric that I hear a lot of days.
See, I see more white folks.
Okay.
See, I can say that, and then
that's fine.
Believe it.
Where do you hear that rhetoric from?
Believe me, I've mingled with quite a few people in some heavy, hardcore debates, man, over the past few weeks. But there always seems to be, okay, here he is now, but I wonder what he's doing when I don't see him. Now people are going to say, okay, now if I'm in that situation, I'm a white dude, black guy comes in. Oh, look, he instantly assumes he's going to rob the store, and I call bullshit. I'm not that type of guy because once again, people come into things and are like, here we go, attack. Get to know somebody first. Sit back, put it all in the background, and just have a conversation. Get to know somebody first. Get to talk to them, get to know them, get to know their likes, get to know their favorite foods, their favorite drinks. Immediately, black, white, politician, this, that, privilege, yeah. And I find all of that to be bullshit. We've lost something in our society, man. It's immediately either you're on this side or you're that side. Either you're with this tribe or you're with that tribe. Either you're this color or this color. And I call bullshit. And guys like me are out there really fighting black and white and Hispanic in our sector of the manosphere, trying to undo that stuff. We're trying to undo all of that stuff.
You're in a different area. I'm
right.
And so I know my customers, black, white, Asian, Mexican, and I know exactly what they want whenever they come up. I've got cameras everywhere. So whenever they pull up, I got their shit at the register. If it's not at the register, they know where to get it.
Okay.
So they're black, white, Korean, every fucking race. And even though we have that mask mandate, whenever they come in, I know exactly who they are and what they're going to get. So you're still trying to create a difference, saying, hey,
let Jonathan and them chime in. What are they saying?
We need to get Jonathan and them in. I need to get them.
I've got all my customers' orders in order whenever they come.
No, that's fine, Ray. I want to play this for Jonathan. And I want to play this for John. I want to hear what you got to think on this. This was on Reg the Bad Guys show earlier. And now I will put it down in the chat. Literally the mark time. Now, this is a guy that's literally for the black community, as he says. The guy, and I'm just using fair use. Now I'm just showing y'all. I'm not gonna play it, but literally. This kind of blows my mind about the ideology of, and I'm gonna point to everybody who was talking. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up the hours. Okay. And grab that for y'all. So, okay. So let me go ahead and grab this for y'all. And I want you to understand, just because all skin folk ain't always your kinfolk. I need to understand that.
Nope.
And so let me go ahead and pull this up. So I want you to hear this.
They'll go ahead and institute the Black Brain Trust wet dream of the UBI.
Okay, so anyway, so
that's gonna probably happen anyway. I'm sure that's
in the real world. Nobody knows about that shit. So here's the thing about it. So
it's like
right now, they've already started making
ring
the
a
vaccine.
bell with anybody.
I'm willing to bet you right now, Reg, that they've already tested it on some people. You feel me? Like I'm willing that they already started the trial of it. But if they're already saying that, okay, we got the vaccine, we're about ready to get it out, that means somebody's already been tested.
Ain't nobody thinking about the goddamn vaccine, man.
But we haven't seen.
Does the word serfdom ring a bell with anybody?
Usually it takes a year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it takes a year for you to see. Okay, let me see how it works.
But you're not getting it. Do you understand that Trump already passed a bill called Project Warp Speed or something like that? So it doesn't matter at this point. Everything's accelerating.
But warp speed has nothing. But warp speed has
you don't understand.
Warp speed has nothing to do with. Warp speed has nothing to do with the nation of it or people taking it. Warp speed was just a partnership with pharmaceuticals to fast track the vaccine.
That's not it.
Binocular.
Yeah, binoculars. I heard binoculars.
Yo, and y'all bitch ass niggas. That's the funny part about it. Like two bitch ass niggas wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight. Like one nigga got a pea shooter and one nigga got to disguise himself. Like think about that. One nigga got to disguise himself and one nigga got to show his pea shooter like he tough because he got to show his little gun in his hand. Because neither one of them are tough. Two bitch ass niggas, two anonymous bitch ass niggas on YouTube, two sucker ass niggas, and then the crazy part about it is like they know they sucker niggas, like both of them know they sucker niggas. Crazy. That's dog. You will never accomplish anything I've accomplished in life. Yo, you will never get to your ultimate goal of being a white man. You'll never accomplish that. You will never be a white man. No matter how hard you try, you will never be a white man.
The first thing you're wrong, that's what you're wrong at, man. I'm gonna find me the whitest woman I can get, or the lightest thing I can get myself with. I'm gonna get the thumping and have me some kids, and I'm gonna bleach my generations out.
Now, I want y'all to hear all the racist, crazy.
Wow.
Now, I want you to understand that now. This was coming from, and MAGA Man, you heard it. And for those of y'all heard. This was coming from black men talking down on other black men. I get tired of always hearing if one brother is speaking, we disassociate him and slander him, saying that you white. Like that's I really wish we would stop doing that shit. That's some very disgusting.
That's some self.
Yeah, I happen to agree with you.
That's
for whatever bizarre. Yeah, for whatever bizarre reason, like even over in our sector of the manosphere, like I said, we got all sorts of flavors of guys that are in there that talk. I mean, we break balls, but it's never like this. This is something, that's why I've chosen to kind of like network a little bit outside my comfort zone, because I kind of want to know where is all of this coming from, that all of a sudden, you got to serve the white man. You got to serve the white man. Now, me as a white guy, if I said that, I said, okay, well, now you're going to be the perfect little black man. All of a sudden now I'm a racist. It's just bullshit. It's like these crutches and traps, and it's just like, you can't even have and formulate your own opinions anymore. They beat you over the head with these diatribes and euphemisms and labels: white supremacy, toxic masculinity, white privilege, yeah, and it's all bullshit, man. It's like there's no sense of like, let's sit at the table and talk. Oh, but you want to be like him, and you got that bullshit, man. This is what it boggles my mind. When I get together with other guys, we're men. Period. We'll poke fun at each other, but I watched that thing today. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Now, if I said that, look out, he's a racist and KKK and this and that. Bullshit. That's bullshit. It's self-loathing. It's self-hatred. I don't understand where it's coming from. No. I really don't. And this is why I decided to kind of venture outside my comfort zone, because I'm curious.
MAGA, me, you're going to be trying to do some collabs and some shows on some stuff.
Yes, sir.
So we can definitely do some ironing out of stuff. And like I said,
yes, sir.
Let me
go. Yeah, I'm about to pass it over to you, Mike. But you heard what was being said, Mike. And
yeah,
I heard, and I watched Mike's.
Wow.
I watched Mike be reading from books and some deep stuff. And I never at one time ever said, "Well, Mike, you must be a white boy. You must be a white boy."
You super jealous.
Hey, let me say something.
You saying we don't have no intellect anymore? Like, what kind of doggone pro? Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all literally, I swear, man, we are our own demon at times, man. Like,
well, this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm saying. Now, I'm trying to be and fair and balanced. So if I was like if I was to go over to, let's say, a white space, and of course we're gonna hear some stuff that's maybe racist, and then it will probably be some stuff that's some sexist stuff. But if I just wanted to understand, I can't judge them. I have to just listen to what it is, right? And I just have to say, okay, like he said, like you just said, where is this coming from? It's not about, oh, these are evil people, or these are this or that, or this is all BS. It is BS, but it exists. Okay, what causes it, right? So like, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this: like, if you're gonna do like try these kind of collaborations and understanding type things with other groups that there's these kind of deep-seated conflicts, you gotta understand each other without necessarily. I mean, you can demonize. I guess you can say this is bad or this is good. But the thing is, you can't pretend like just because you call BS that it magically disappears. Like, if you want to solve that problem, I'm just saying, hold on. Yeah, just hold on a second. I'll be done in less than 30 seconds. Hold on, 30 seconds. I'm just saying, if you want to solve that problem, each person, once they go to the other side and see, okay, this is where it's coming from, then they can't sell their side out. Like, if you was to be a white guy, come over here and start talking about all these white guys they're trash. Then you try to go back over to your white brothers, and they're gonna be like, dude, you just sold us out. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, that if you want to solve problems, then you do the collabos. But if you just, I don't know, you have to have that kind of mindset where you're understanding, literally trying to understand to solve the problem, not just trying to call BS and pretend like this stuff.
But he's not going to.
So I'm
gonna raise my hand and do this. Okay.
That's for both sides, though. That's not just for a white, but it's also for the black side. Like, if you're gonna do that, you gotta just kind of.
Yeah. My husband is half black, half Mexican. My husband speaks fluent fucking Spanish. Shit. He be rolling down the streets singing to Spanish music. Granted, he's in prison right now, but right now and throughout my whole history of Thanksgiving and all this shit about Christmas, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving because it was a massacre. And then Christmas, we don't celebrate a white person's death date or resurrection, whatever. We never did. And so, yeah, I mean, everybody has their own deal of dealing with anything. If you're thankful for anything, you could do that shit throughout the year, regardless. You don't have to do it on some massacre date, which we never did. And as being a native, we will never do that again. And since I was born, we never have. And my whole family. So we're not going to be thankful for a massacre.
I think.
All right. So I got to respond to that. I got to respond to all this. So what I'm hearing and the implications of what I'm hearing, number one, is that it seems we have to have the scale of victims, the scale of who's who. And everybody has to have a label on their shirt or their lapel. I'm this, therefore this. Or you instantly have to assume, well, in order for me to understand people, I have to say, well, white people are inherently racist and black people were slaves 200 years ago. And that's the only way to understand people. Once again, I call bullshit. I see men. I see people. I don't see any of that stuff. But unfortunately, we live in a society where everybody has to wear, hello, my name is this guy. I come from this background. I'm this sex. I'm this religion. And we have to my turn, please, if you don't mind. It's my turn. Now everybody has to wear, like in school in the 6th grade, how they used to have these big things on their chest, you know, hi, my name is, call this number. I mean, it's like bullshit. We all have to walk around with license plates on our chest, race, sex, color, background, descended from a slave, not a slave, white, black, gay, trans. It's all bullshit. Fuck the labels, fuck the skin color. We're Americans and we're people. Stop that. Like, stop it already. It's enough. This is why people are arguing and fighting with each other. Well, I'm a this and I did that. Oh yeah, well, I'm a this and I did that. And I say, fuck you. Bullshit. It's ridiculous anymore.
Like a Karen right now.
It's ridiculous. Oh, now because now I'm speaking truth. Now watch.
No,
I'm racist and I have white privilege. I don't have guilt. So
you can't talk. You're yelling. Y'all like a like.
What do Jonathan think? What do y'all think? Jonathan, what do y'all think?
See, there's the crutch again. There's the crutch. Alcohol sets life.
What do you think,
Can I
Jonathan?
throw something out there because I'm seeing an issue that's popped up before in Joe's show? Could everybody get a notebook and a pen present?
Go ahead, Sin.
I was gonna say I'm seeing a problem that's come up before in Joe's show. Could everybody get a pen, 2 pens, and a notebook close by so that way nobody has to cut anybody off? And if you see anything or hear anything that somebody says, you can write it down and address it later.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be fine. The thing about it is this: on this same show, right? Sin, there is literally a guy that had no problem threatening the death of another black man, saying that he wished he would be dead. He wished that literally he would die, and literally that he has no validation of life on this earth. And as I watched this dude, AC, wish death upon Preem, I was like, damn, how is that helping? And you got more woes about the white man is so evil, but yet you're wishing another man like you dead. But you're so hang on.
Like your mama did.
To this corny ass nigga. You was a cornball, sucker ass nigga, and the entire black YouTube know that Low Cast is a cornball, sucker ass nigga, and they know Preem is a bitch ass, fraudulent African who dying to be white. It'll never happen. You two niggas is posers. Like, don't nobody take y'all serious. These clown ass niggas that act like y'all, and it ain't too many of them around. So y'all can keep on with y'all cornball antics. A bitch see right through that goofy ass shit. Like, you two niggas goofballs, man. Y'all don't know that shit? Two dumb goofballs at that. And then they just came on here, hey Reg, and then they just came on here trying to have a political conversation with you and said the dumbest shit on the planet. Think about that shit, man. These two niggas, they want the world.
Now, the self-hate is real. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I don't agree with a black man, then I am the enemy of my own fellow black man. That is crazy. So you're saying that I must agree, or I'm an enemy if I don't say the same things that you want me to say. If I vote differently, if I walk differently, if I grew up differently, if I speak differently, if I act differently, if I view or have a hindsight of the world differently, clearly,
or have an option,
thank you. Or if I have another option as a person, clearly I must be the enemy. I must be somebody that has it out for you guys on the panel. And when I say that is dangerous, that's a dangerous mindset. That is really dangerous because that means there's no room to grow. That's like the person who figures out, if y'all ever read the book Lord of the Flies, literally they had so many times to figure out how to get off that island, but what did they keep on doing to the people that were figuring out how to get off the island? They kept killing them.
Jack wound up killing Piggy. I remember that. He hit him in the head with a rock, busted his head open.
Yeah. Right. And Piggy was the one that found the Air Force thing to get off the island. Why?
Now I gotta get that book.
Now the thing about it was that's dangerous because that means any one of us that literally says or thinks or moves differently to want to have progress to better ourselves. If I say something, see, this is why some people, we have a hard time connecting and actually having functional relationships because
good analogy.
We will destroy and try to burn down any and everything rather than to see functionality and progress. And I can't blame some people who say like, "Yo, just leave me out of it. Don't bring me in. I don't want no part of it. I don't want to be part of the system of helping, because if I say something that y'all don't like, you're gonna probably attack me."
But you're an enemy because you ought to get in with me anyway. Ah!
So by that default, then,
I mean, but that's normal, though. I mean, that's just like you said earlier. That's human nature. This will happen in any group. Any group. It's not just blacks. Any group will have that same pattern of behavior. If you deviate from what the normal group thinks is right, this is how we've been surviving all this time, you know. And this is what we think is going to make it right. But like you just said, if a few people find a different alternative, then you're going to get that kind of conflict. That's just the bottom line.
But Mike, let's say me and you are trying to get to Sin owns a bank, and we are trying to get the money to literally be able to go for that loan. You may try one way to get it up one level, but it's not just enough. And I might try another way, but it's not just enough. Should I say, yo, you're a sellout for not doing it my way, or should we be combining our ways to get to the next level?
Well, yo, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm just saying that this is just, you'll see this if you start looking at the history. You're going to start seeing the same thing in every group. People think, their way is the right way. Otherwise, they wouldn't press forward. They think they're right. And so they act as if they're right. And then if you do something different, they literally think you're wrong.
Well,
and
it's
that's
just
they really believe it.
It's just like you said, every group, everybody still thinks that they're in a group, and then they're not actually just getting together to actually do everything together like they should to, like unifying. And that's the thing. Everybody has their own agenda, yes, but everybody has the same old agenda right now. And everybody's just not talking to everybody and associating with everybody outside the groups. And
the pacifists, the unity group part of every group, or the middle, or the doves they call it, not the hawks, the doves. We are the ones, or the doves are always trying to connect everybody. And sometimes the mistake is we want to pretend like the conflicts are irrelevant, and that's the mistake. You cannot just because you see that there's a way to connect, that doesn't mean that you're going to have all this good stuff happening, because obviously if that was the truth, it would have happened by now. There are real conflicts that need to be resolved, and then that will give power to the doves in the society, and then you'll start seeing more unified situations. But if you're trying to pretend like the real conflicts or the real historical issues don't exist, I'm sorry, this just going to keep going on the same way it's been going on. It's just the bottom line. So
yeah, I understand that, because me myself, I don't believe in the Bible. And the Bible, for me, it came over by white folks, natives, everybody indigenous. We didn't have that shit. It was pressed upon us. My great grandfathers and great grandmothers, they had to have Christian names coming over here into Oklahoma. And one of my great grandfathers, he was actually 111 on Trail of Tears. And so I don't believe in the Bible. I don't do that. Natives, we had our own ways before the Christianity got pressed upon us. And then I don't believe in Christmas because I don't believe in celebrating a white man's fucking birthday or resurrection or anything like that. Even Easter. So anybody could sit there and say anything different to me. Yeah, everybody's gonna have their own opinions, regardless of who they are. It's not gonna hurt my feelings, and it shouldn't hurt anybody else's feelings because everybody has their own opinions and their own religions.
That's what I agree with.
One of the things about it was, again, I said, I asked to have the guy on the panel. Let me first go off and show y'all the channels. If y'all want to subscribe to these brothers' channels, I'm already subscribed to their channels. First off, Reg's the bad guy. You can go subscribe to his channel. Reg has been here for years. Literally, I'm trying to help him out. He's on Twitter. He does Facebook and Anchor. Okay. We also have Real Deal Finance, and I've been over to Jonathan's panel, and Jonathan already understands when you're talking about stuff that's real, about finance and prosperity building and everything like that. Jonathan, you already see now. Oh, I remember. They talk. Jonathan, how many times they talk about 6-figure and getting rich and everything? Shouldn't your chat be full of?
Yeah, my chat should be filled with a whole bunch of business-minded people.
All these dudes that know finance, John, but they never show up in your chat, and I'd be like, BMT, nobody
goes to your couple dudes on consultations. I actually helped a couple dudes on consultations that was serious, and they paid how they weigh, and they actually followed through with it. Because I was refusing to have panels about females all day, man. It has to be about business, credit. Like my next video, I might do something about getting grants because I can't really be mad at other races of people because they actually help me get grants. It helped me on a lot of stuff, So I can't have this this outrage and burst. I don't have time for that. And really, to be honest, none of us have time for that to be just keying on something for so long when shit's obviously not going to change on how you feel.
You're right. We don't. And see, that's the thing about it. I love it when that's what I'm saying. I watch Jonathan. I support Jonathan. Hell, I've been subscribed to Jonathan way long before when they were like saying, Jonathan, you need to do your channel. You need to do your own channel. I was already there. And literally, before Jonathan even started his channel, he was already making requests out of my channel, things he wanted me to do, and I was doing for them. Zero cost.
About real estate. We talked about real estate.
I'm talking. I'm talking about real estate. A real estate broker on here to talk about real properties up for sale. I'm talking. I did into my piggy bank to go make sure that Jonathan. I even went down to the State House live, just for the young brothers who wanted to learn how to go down to the State House to go get certain paperwork. I didn't have to do that. But I wanted to show them, yo, this is the game. You gotta be a face here. When they walk through the front, that's Jonathan, that's BMT. Come on in, man. Yeah, I just gotta get up there. I just gotta get up there to the zoning building to get this done. Okay, hurry up, man. They're about to go for lunch. You gotta have this type of network going on for you. If you don't got that, you're not gonna last long. Also, shout out to MAGA Man. I know a lot of y'all like to talk about the manosphere. Guess what? He's in the manosphere. He just told y'all. He's from the other side of the manosphere. And they just told you. They don't even talk like this. They're like, what the hell's going on this side? Y'all be thinking that, I be trying to tell y'all, some of y'all ain't all there in the head. Some of y'all, like I said, I have these conversations with other people every other day. When y'all be like, what does BMT be doing? I be podcasting with other people. I be networking trying to boost up my people.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get it. Y'all freak out because Raina's a native. So y'all gonna freak out if I bring natives into this space? Y'all gonna freak out if I bring doggone different people from different other cultures in this space? I'm gonna keep doing that. Y'all ain't gonna have, y'all got no hold on me. Super Mike, he likes it when I do that. But that means he's a shit. That gives him more people to talk to.
Drop the link.
Yeah.
Jonathan likes that. Son likes that.
Because
y'all act like cowards, man. So many people act like cowards dealing with other races.
It seemed like he didn't like that whenever I said I was Native. And then my brother was in the army. What the fuck?
Y'all gotta understand.
Well, I mean, I think like this is what I think a lot of times our problem is too, and that goes for everybody. I think that's on the channel. When you're trying to do something good, this is just a law of nature. You're going to have resistance, and you should expect that resistance. This is normal. That means you're doing something. You're going to get resistance. That means you're working. When you put in work and you're moving something, you're making movement. I don't care whether it's real estate, whatever it is. I don't care if it's good. You're going to get resistance. You know, and that's just the bottom line. So you should literally expect it. I mean, like if you're a white guy, you're coming over here, right? If you're a white guy and you're coming over here and you're trying to talk to black folks about some stuff, you're going to get some stuff from that. And if you're a black guy and you're talking about racism, you're going to get some stuff from that. Right. I mean, literally, like, what is the problem? Like, I mean, I understand what the problem is. It's not easy. But it's like you literally should expect it, and just because somebody cusses you out, calls you out your name, you know. Like for example, you know Ben Carson, right?
Right.
He, you know, they say he had coronavirus. He was in the hospital for coronavirus, right? And he got the immune whatever the treatment, and he's recovering. He got the treatment that Trump had, which I think should be available to everybody. But the thing is, I'm looking at these so-called educated. These are so-called college and doctorate black folks. I mean, they got they supposed to be got their stuff all together, high up in the Democratic Party, and radio show hosts, literal actual Atlanta radio show hosts, wishing death upon Ben Carson. I was like, damn, you know, are y'all serious? Like, and it was amazing to me. And I mean, it's just funny to me, but guess what? I don't demonize them, and I don't get too mad at them. I'll express the frustration. It's just like here. Like, if you say something that I don't like, let's say anybody say something that I didn't like. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell you that I didn't like that, but I'm not going to go so far like the other brother did on that video. Right?
Like, damn.
I'm not gonna start wishing death upon you, because that's a sign of my intelligence, and that also makes others respect. The respect actually funnels towards yourself, because they're like, wow, you know, this brother.
Karma is the bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
But see,
so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you become leadership, improve leadership. It's Mike, because you don't just.
Go ahead.
No.
But the thing about it, Mike, as many times as me and you have butt heads, you have never heard me come out of my mouth.
Can I?
You have never heard me come out of my mouth.
Something to respond to all that, because my wireless crashed.
Yeah, I didn't hear. Go ahead, because he's kind of organ.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, as long as me and Mike have disagreed, I've never, not one time, Mike, I wish death upon you or anything.
Never, yeah.
I've never came out of my mouth to say that. Like, I've never said that to MAGA Man and me. And many times I'd be on panels swarmed with white people. Never came out saying I wish them to die. We have the conversation. Once you start getting to that level, you're already at the bottom of the barrel in my eyes. You know,
right.
There's nothing really much left for us to talk about. Go ahead, MAGA Man.
Can I go after MAGA Man?
Yeah.
Okay, first off, what I heard on my TV, I heard a lot of things that I have to acknowledge. Get ready for a red pill. First off, I don't owe anything to anybody now, not for yesterday, not for a week ago, not for a month ago, not for 10 years ago, not for 100 years ago. I refuse to pay anyone for anything, because you don't want to work or get off your ass doesn't mean I'm going to give you a free ride because enter label here. Bullshit, number one. Number two, based on this ideology, this ridiculous ideology, which refers to reparations, maybe as a West German whose grandfather served for the United States in World War II, how about if I go to East Germany and Eastern Europe and ask for reparations myself? Doesn't that work for me as well? Third off, this problem with the death threats and insulting, that's a sign of these are cowards that say that. Cowards that do that because they must absolutely be right through attrition. It's ridiculous and absurd. It's an argument of cowards when you have to say F you and your kids and your mother and this and that. I'm going to come at your job. It's a sign of a coward. I have people doing this to me on a daily basis. And I say, hey, you want to come get me, man? I got 9 friends in my magazine waiting for you right now. And people know how I am over on our sector of YouTube. All right. We're very pro 2A. And we're not going to tolerate that kind of shit. Just because you can't get what you want and throwing a spoiled tantrum, if you can't have it, it's not yours, period. So don't start laying down demands on people just because enter label here. Bullshit. All right? I'm tired of hearing this stuff.
Somebody says this.
It's ridiculous and absurd.
BMT rolls out the red carpet and gives his Trump buddies the utmost report. Why don't you do the same for brothers? Shaking my head. Wow, that's interesting. Like, that's crazy. Hang on.
See, there it is. Once again, the shaming,
No, that's
crazy. Accosting. You're not black enough. How dare you? You're not black enough. You're talking to that evil guy with white privilege.
Out of everything that's taken place this show, the only thing he noticed was that there was a Caucasian up here, and somehow he found it racist. But I'm pretty sure Joe dropped the link so that everybody could see it. Joe, would you like me to drop off for a second so he can get his money?
There's plenty of space. Like, here's the thing, and I want, because I find that very interesting. I literally had a video saying the black manosphere stop representing black men. I literally talked about race relationships. I literally was talking about doggone parenting with children. I literally talked about why you're waiting for the next lockdown. I have gone over a lot of stuff for you as men. I have literally talked about, wait, how am I supporting this Trump people? Congratulations, black people. Daddy Trump finally adopted. So I'm taking a shot at Trump supporters. So when am I literally playing fair or literally playing favorites if literally majority of my content has literally been for and about you black men? So I'm trying to understand how, if literally,
well, that's just one person's opinion.
I know, but isn't it not interesting, Mike? Literally,
well, yeah. I mean, but the thing is,
and yet somehow I literally am not doing enough for you black men.
Shadow. I'm gonna have to go for a minute, and then I'll try to get back on here in a minute.
Yeah. Like I said, you're always welcome to come up, Sovereign. But like I said, I literally for years, and Sin has been with me on this panel the longest.
Yep.
I literally for years, the mantra of, and I want to show you. Hang on, let me show you the mantra for this platform. This platform. This has been the creed. Mind you, Mike. One of the first shows Mike ever did with me was literally on literally the Black Family Man's conference. Oh, y'all would have liked that one, but right, men didn't show up for that one. Literally, channel for discussion on issues of home, politics, dating, religion, entertainment, business, investment, and cultural empowerment. The show is dominantly run and pushed for men to be better fathers, husbands, sons, lovers, and so much more to their community with the help of positive women to support and back them up. Enjoy, brothers and sisters. Now, literally, I made this show for y'all. This show was made for y'all long ago. In what year of doggone 2017? I literally gave this show over to black men, for black men, because it was started by black. To literally, we could talk to any other race of men, and literally things that are for y'all. I've done shows for Sin, Jonathan, Mike. I got to do a show with Trucker. So I've been literally bending my back over and bowing and showing y'all nothing but respect.
See, this is what I'm talking about, BMT. You're doing exactly like what I've been talking about. Why does everybody need a goddamn resume? It's ridiculous. You need a resume these days with everything. Here's my label. Here's my hello, my name is sticker on my chest. And it's absurd. It's ridiculous. And I get tired of it. And this is one of the things, like in our sector, we discuss. When we go into our panels, you know, we break each other's balls, but we never talk like this. And that's why I'm glad you guys have kind of, you know, nudged me in this direction a little bit. Is we're just as curious as you guys are. Like, where is all of this coming from? It's so bizarre and out there that I really want to know. I truly want to know. Where's it coming from? I know right now in my home, I don't see a cage. I don't see anybody cleaning my toilet. I don't own slaves. Don't blame me for shit that happened 300, 200 years ago. Fuck that shit, man. And right now at this point, BMT, do you feel oppressed right now at this moment?
No.
In this country?
No, I don't.
Bingo,
I literally, I live in built properties and land and all that stuff. Like, I got, trustably, I never even run around even saying I'm high value, and I know I got the clout for all that shit. Like, I can literally record the shit I do. But the thing about it is, I just like fucking with y'all and making sure that, hey, y'all, we need these stuff. Like, I don't get it. Y'all say y'all want to be able to have these talking points in these kind of conversations. And here I'm doing it again, bridging the gap from another space. He's like, yo, dude, I don't even got it like that. I got my own fuckery problems. Like, I don't get, like, okay, so you don't want me to have white people on. Okay? Then why are y'all saying hands up, don't shoot? Who y'all saying that to? Are y'all telling that to
Black
each other?
Police officers, maybe?
No,
hold
on now.
Police officers, black EMTs.
Hold on now. There was a dude right on this show.
I got you.
This show on Red Show today, telling another black man he wanted him dead. He wanted him dead. You want me to call that guy my brother that wants another man dead because he has different views. And many times I had different point of views with Jonathan, with Sin, with Mike. Every other time me and Mike argue. And I never at one time ever told Mike you're not allowed on my show. Maybe that I go over there and support him faithfully. But I've never told any of the brothers on my panel I want you dead.
Yeah, because you're not petty like that. You're more civilized. Unfortunately, obey me, be like me. It's ridiculous and absurd. That's what it's all about. I mean, they won't mention black cops, you know?
Like, see, BMT, let me say something too, though. It's the personality of the people. Because, like I was saying before, different people have that different personality to be able to talk to folks that they don't disagree with. Like, you can't put certain people up here with Mega Man. Because the thing is, he has some very strong views. Like, for example, I'm a straight up say, you know, I'm for reparations, but Mega Man, he's like, hell no, that's a stupid ideology, right? So the thing is, it's like, it would be useless for me to even have a conversation with him about that subject because he's not, his views are so strong about it. You see what I'm saying? It's too polarizing and we would get nowhere. You see what I'm saying? If I was to talk to Mega Man, I would have to talk to him on.
And they're the buzzwords in the victimhood.
Well, that's what he feels. But I would have to talk to him on stuff that I could get at least close to agreement with him, and then we can kind of have some kind of reasonable conversation on a certain particular subject. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to understand when you're going to be that man in the middle, which is what you probably naturally are. You're that type of guy. It's just what you are. So if you're going to be that man in the middle, you're going to manage those conflicts. You're going to be, because you're going to have that extreme guy looking at you like, okay, you know, at least he understands me. and then you're going to have the extreme on the other side saying the same thing. So you're going to get these type of comments from both sides because you're that guy. You see what I'm saying?
No, Mike, I am fine with that. You feel me? Because I get my purpose here. I get my purpose. You feel me? I acknowledge my position of where I play. Somebody has to be that nut for the cogs to connect. And if that got to be me, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. So long as I know that MAGA Man says, hey, BMT, I like to come on and do a show. Do you have any people I can talk with about certain stuff? Let me go hit up my boy Mike. Mike, I know Mike will show up. Because Mike's not afraid to get on the panel and have the conversation. I know different people who are not afraid to get on there and let's have the conversation as men and women and let's talk about it. Because that means they believe in what they're talking about, that they're willing to have the work. They're not going to cower out. Yeah, I don't listen, y'all. Like I didn't get where I am today in my successes by just banging only just one way. And I've been very visual about who I am and how I am. I never hide from you. I don't hide from y'all.
Put it this way, BMT. I'll respond to Mike. All right. If you want me to pay for one guy who died 200 years ago, then I want somebody to pay for my dead German grandfather who fought against our own people in Nazi Germany, who fought for the U.S. Army. Can we agree on that? Does it work both ways? Just kind of curious. In other words, it cancels itself out. Basically, it's a soft argument. In other words, give me things, give me stuff, and that's never going to happen. I mean, if we're going to start playing victims, I want somebody to pay for my dead grandfather who sacrificed his life fighting off our own people against Nazi Germany, who I come from German roots. If you want to talk about fascism, by the way, with this fist up bullshit, taking a knee, ask the East Germans, ask anybody in Eastern Europe what fascism is. Fuck that paying people for shit that happened years ago. Pay for my dead grandfather who became an American citizen after the war, who killed our own people. Works both ways, doesn't it? Every coin has two sides. It's got to work both ways, right? Doesn't it work like that? Well, my grandfather served this country, killed our own people in Germany. I guess they have to pay for my grandfather's funeral back in the 40s. Why not? It works like that.
Well, this is the purpose. Is if you're trying to keep a strong country, United States of America, the country started off on a kind of a fucked up foot, right, with the atrocities, and those things were never cleaned up. You seen the native on here earlier; she was still pissed off about being forced with Christianity, and some Santa Claus shit and all that stuff she was mad about, celebrating with Thanksgiving she was mad about. And black people are mad about some shit from that white people did. It's not that white people are inherently evil forever, but the point is they're mad about it. And certain things, you got to understand that it's not going to ever go away unless it's properly fixed. That's what it's called. It's not you personally, because right now you're paying for reparations for Asian people. You're paying for reparations for Jewish people. You're paying for people's reparations at this very moment. You're paying to rebuild Iraq. You're paying for a lot of stuff, but we're doing it as a group, as a nation. And so people are saying is, so let me finish the point so you can see what, so you can respond to the full measure. The point is, all people are saying is you have to mainstream black people. The thing is, you had this racial stuff going on. It's been going on for a while, right? And you can't, it's not about blaming people. It's just the facts. So if you want to mainstream black folks, you got to go ahead and do the land grants that you did for white folks and, earlier. And you're just going to have to mainstream these black folks. You take a good 20 years, do the reparations, and that's it. That's all. Okay. And you do it as a nation. It's not coming out of your pocket. Go ahead.
I'll respond to that. First off, I want to say I appreciate this back and forth, by the way. Forgive me. I mean, I am an intense individual, so forgive me if I come off a little stern. I've got into debates like this, and I do appreciate an opposing idea, by the way. So forgive me if I feel if I'm coming off a little strong. But having said all that, I should
hear my grandfather. You're borked out.
I get reparations from the Mussolini regime.
Repeat that part because you kind of borked out.
Hey, Marvin, you're borked out, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize, guys. First off, if you didn't hear that first part, I appreciate a good debate, by the way. I love brain twisters and back and forth. So once again, I'm not trying to plant ideas in people or anything like that. That's not my place. I love engaging in this kind of thing. I actually enjoy it, to be honest with you. You know, if that kind of has like an air of sadism to it. But anyway, I got 2 points to make. I should ask for reparations from Japan, from my grandfather, or maybe the Mussolini regime, the Italians. You know, I mean, from the Axis powers, why not? It's the same thing. But right now, hold on. Right now, in 2020, I don't own slaves. I didn't do that. Why should I pay for somebody who died 200 years ago? Right now, at this point in time, why should I have to pay anybody for something that I did not do? And prove once again that myself, outside the avatar, was a slave owner. Right now in 2020. I don't have anybody chained to my wall. Nobody's washing my dishes. I don't have somebody named Toby going, cook me dinner. That's not happening because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
That's not the argument.
Maybe over in Afghanistan or Pakistan or places like that where they really have slaves. But right now, at this point in time, I shouldn't have to be paying for people. I didn't do that. So I don't have to pay reparations for things that I didn't do. Making innocent people pay for things that they're not responsible for. And that's another argument too I want to make. Every nation, every land on this planet, every inch of land, every stitch of land has indigenous people from every culture, not just one. One culture is not special. We have many unique cultures on this planet. That's what makes Earth wonderful. Spanish people, black people, white people, Asian people, Indian people. And I'm not talking about just Native Americans. I'm talking like people from India, people from Brazil, people from Honduras, people from Central and South America. We have all sorts of indigenous people from different countries. So now should we play the blame game back and forth? I mean, like, give me a break. When does it end?
I mean,
so hang on. Let me get back to the video. Let me get back to the video real quick. If y'all want, I can promise.
But yeah, that conversation needs to be had in a little bit more detail because that is an important talk.
If y'all want to have the talk, y'all know I will do that. I will keep it nice and clean. Boom. Y'all already know my email, and I will gladly have it. Mike, I'm infamous for that. Sin, Jonathan, MAGA. You will get to know me very well. I am very infamous for having a conversation. Listen, and I can keep it. And listen, my kick game, my block game is on fleek. Like, trust and believe. If y'all don't have the courage, let me get back and play the video of this nonsensical AC blowing off his steam about black people and dealing with white people.
You an African that come on here and praise white people and listen to your little girl. You got a girl that's trying to help you jump me and trying to help you come at me. A girl. Listen to the other nigga. He's a girl. He trying to get on some shit I'm having with another nigga. He's a girl. Listen to this. Listen. Hey y'all, listen to the lower cast. He's a girl. Listen to him. He a girl. He clean cheerleader. He was the over cheerleader. Now he clean mascot.
Hey, if you pay me right,
he this nigga mascot. Listen to this nigga grown ass man. He a mascot. Grown ass man. He a mascot.
I got. Hey Reg, can I get a white guy from the military on? Go ahead. Hey Reg, I got a white guy from the military that want to come on here.
What's the name of this space? No,
nigga, y'all just
what's the name of this space? I bet you BMT would have got BMT got an arsenal of bullshit out here.
Not the broadcast nobody give a fuck about show, but we're talking about the Red show. So we never needed to ask you. We talking to Red. We're talking to Red.
Still saying fuck your show over there too.
Nobody give a fuck about your goddamn shit. We already know your MMO. All of a sudden you like, hey, what's this space called? Nobody gives a fuck. That's the name of this right now.
Two sucker ass niggas, BMT. Two sucker ass niggas.
Wow. Now listen, I openly said I want to invite a white veteran, onto the panel. There was no sneaking. There was no, oh, who's he? No, I let them know who was coming up.
for these two niggas to be in my unit. I swear for God, I would have loved to have these two niggas like this. A wannabe white dude and a fucking poser. Oh man, a big boy who would have been on the drill sergeant's nuts. I would have loved to have this nigga in the pit. These two niggas, oh my God, I would have loved it. I would have loved it. I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
$35. Oh my God.
Listen to him. That's right. Be on my tip. That's right. Be on my tip, my nigga. That's right. Promote me, my nigga. Promote me. That's right. Give me that free advertising.
So BMT, when you want to come up with something?
Now, Red said,
I got a guy that want to come on.
Nigga, if I come in,
now Red said she wants him to come up. Now, one dude,
Hold up, bitch.
one dude's calling the other dude the N-word and all kind of crazy stuff. And y'all hear all this stuff. Now, I want y'all to hear. Now, listen. Mark it now. I openly asked the brother.
I'm coming with the sniper, nigga. I ain't coming to play. I'm coming to put you in the dirt,
no
nigga.
bullshit,
You deserve death.
I mean,
Hang on.
You deserve death, nigga. You and Low Cash all deserve nothing but death. I need you two niggas to go to the nearest hood and talk that shit y'all talk so we can see what the end result will be. That's what I need. That's what I need. I need you to go to the nearest hood, and I need you to be Preem in the nearest hood. I need you to go into the hood of Atlanta and talk your shit and see if we see Preem again on these YouTube streets. Nigga, you will never make it back. You will never make it. Fuck you, Low Cash.
Now notice, this man is telling people, I want you to go to the hood and I want you to go die. I want you to.
Wow.
He's saying
Now,
he's saying come to the hood in
now
Atlanta.
it amazes me.
yeah, there are some Atlanta hoods that's bad, bro.
I think Mike and myself are on the same page because I had the same face he had laughing at this. Like, wow, that was kind of.
It blows my mind because I'm literally saying, "Hey, I am going to bring a white veteran up on here to talk with us."
Well,
but you have a black man. You having a black man threaten and wish death upon another black man, telling him to go into the hood and die. Yeah. But BMT was the evil person on the panel.
Ain't nothing to me, nigga. Die, nigga.
But BMT,
you supposed to stay on the plantation like everybody.
Here, I want you to go to the hood and tell the people in the hood how you feel. I want you to go tell the Negroes how you feel.
Tell the Negroes
how you feel. I don't live in the hood, brother. I don't live in the hood. I don't live in the hood. Because I want you to go to the hood. I want you to go to the hood. I want you to go to the hood. I want you to go to the hood.
Okay, this right here.
Now watch. Now I want you to say that you have a black man promoting that he's for black people, but he's promoting a negative stereotype about his community. This is not a white man doing it. This is a black man saying, "I want you to go to the hood, talk your talking points, and go get killed by niggas." This is from a black man. This is from a black. I know Mike. I know MAGA. I know Sin. But I can't make this up about these people. I can't.
I just about this because
on the panel, MAGA destroys everything. Now, hang on, this wasn't MAGA that did it. Shout out to my homeboy Ballas.
Because you're low value. That's why.
I want you to go to the hood.
You're low value.
Hello, Cass, man. You ever seen you on your screen, man? You look like a fucking country Bama bumpkin, nigga. You ever see you, nigga? When you try to disguise your face with your little black and white stereo shit, nigga, do you see how you look, nigga? You look goofy as fuck. That shit don't look cool, nigga. You look like Mr. Brown, nigga. You look like Mr. Brown, nigga. What the fuck is wrong? Oh my God. Like these niggas have no self-reflection, man. These two niggas do not see the obvious of these.
Message. These niggas have no self-reflection, but all you heard was self-hatred and imagery spoken on another black man, but you're talking about self-reflection.
The only thing I would say here, the only thing I'm gonna say is this. It's like we have our little different conversations. It's like that's what I'm saying. Every group, like I'm sure there's white guys, they have their conversations that it's probably not smart for black folks to be in the middle of that because they understand each other, right? I don't have no problem with that. I think that's good. in that particular conversation with that on that level of of hood stuff, I don't think that the veteran would have been. I don't know. That would have been like oil and water. That would have been something. That would have been a explosion there.
So,
you know what I mean?
I don't. So you're telling me, as men, we can't conduct ourselves as black.
Well,
with
we can, but
you sure?
Not in that particular situation of that context. I'll say it that way.
But you just heard another black man want death of another black man. Yeah. Right, MAGA, then Mike, are we out here? And everybody check. You heard another man say he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted death.
See, this is where I have a bit of a bias.
Call him all kind of words and says he should die.
I failed to mention that I have a particular bias here because, I grew up in New York City, man. So I grew up with everybody around my hood, man, in Jackson Heights, man. I'm a Jackson Heights kid in Queens. That's where my relationship with certain people, why I try to get along with everybody, because that's just the way the type of neighborhood I was raised in, man. I grew up with the blacks, the whites, the Puerto Ricans, mostly old school OG New York City, man. And we all rolled together back where we grew up, man. That's where I kind of get some of this stuff. Why I don't take it so like everybody else does, But there's also another side that I've thought about watching some stuff. I'm kind of wondering if this is just for the entertainment value. That it's just
MAGA.
You know what I mean?
MAGA, you might be hitting on something because
but
I the entertainment value.
Yeah, I would have turned it because it was just kind of so juvenile. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was hearing that and somebody's just kind of screaming and like singing, and it was just intentionally trying to antagonize each other. I mean, some people, I guess they get value out of that, but maybe I don't know.
You see, like Mike and myself, for example, let me jump in here quick. Like Mike and myself, we have two completely distinct ideologies, but we're getting along fine. We could be here all night yelling and screaming. What's it going to get us? I mean, he's a gentleman. I'm being a gentleman. He's being a gentleman. There's no reason for us to yell. He did nothing to him. But I've watched some of these things go on here myself, dealing with some pretty intense, panels. I think most of it, is constructed and put together for the entertainment value, for the flair of the channel, to kind of like draw attention into it. So I'm kind of wondering if some of that may be manufactured. What are your opinions on that?
Some of these things, I think sometimes it brews the views if there's positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And literally us talking about building or some cohesiveness of us talking about a goal where we're actually working together, those are the least watched videos because that's literally showing functionality. You feel me?
Gotcha.
But if we're fighting, being animals and savages and on all kind of stuff, and we can't show ourselves just as men or strong, dominant men, then that's going to be the most watched time. I watched it happen where the two men were, when the man was threatening and saying all this stuff, when all that was going on, views were up. Views went down when they started talking about policies and politics and solution. And then we went right back into it, MAGA, and they started going like that way. Now, most shows, I'm telling you right now, a professional show would have kicked them off. Like, no, because you're literally you're just talking about antagonizing and threatening and wishing death upon somebody. They would have stopped the show right there. Like, you got to go, dude. We'll have security waiting at the door. You can't even be on the premise because you're already threatening another person's life. Now, I did act, and I'm gonna play this part right here.
Start that on your panel, dude. I've been listening for probably about 2 hours. Been a great panel so far.
Now, this is the white guy, Val. He came on. I asked for him. He wanted to come on. I asked the host, did he come on? The host said fine. I told him his color. He still said fine. I don't have a problem with that. This is Val. I'm gonna let Val talk. Y'all ping to me where you hear racism or attack coming in. Okay? Y'all have the choice. In the chat, ping to me racism.
The same kind of like, the dude kind of got out here, started saying crackers, and so pretty much everybody on the panel saying he works hard, and everybody's like, that's kind of arrogant, dude. So, my bad for that. My bad for that.
Okay.
For this guy.
Like I said,
crying and shit. What the fuck was he crying for? What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
I don't know. Like I said, I go and talk politics, Reg, on different panels. You feel me? Like I don't just talk on black panels. I go to Indian panels, white panels, conservative, liberal. See what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's the point of us being men and talk about politics if you can't talk about the politics in your community to other people and actually break the molds and stuff? Say, hey, this is what goes on. This is what we talk about. But if you're telling me that him showing up and literally he didn't attack nobody, he didn't say nothing disrespectful in the chat or on the panel, he just said, hey, he didn't even talk about race. He said literally, you just said that you're the hardworking man on this panel, but you don't know that. That literally is a fair statement. That's not even a racial statement. That's literally a fair assessment statement that we don't know who works or what they do or what hours that they put in. Like, I mean, congratulations. But I'm just saying, you can't, that literally tells you you're not ready to have those type of level of conversation with other races or people. I mean, I don't know if Arthur has a hard time talking to white people and when he's in front of them or now, he triggers. Literally, nobody freaked out. Reg literally made the call. It was up to Reg. I said, hey, Reg, bring somebody of a different race up on the panel. Reg made the call.
Let me say something. Let me say something. Now, I had white guys on here before, so that's so I don't know what he's tripping on in the first place. They were on here for a while and they disagree and they jumped off. They don't come on no more. Sometimes they do something else. But so I'm not. That's not the problem. The problem is that he's going too far. And you got to understand that I'm trying to keep the channel up. I don't want to have to put this to the Patreon or get it flagged and stuff because one of my enemies here, this and that and the third. And I'm trying to, he go too far sometimes,
So with all the stuff you heard from the white guy, when he was talking to them about, hey, you don't know who works the hardest on the panel, where was the racism?
Oh, I was still listening for it.
All that talking.
I'm on the same page. Yeah, I don't know about this one.
I was trying to find. Listen, I was still waiting.
That's the thing. Simply by the presence of a white guy on the panel, all the goddamn nigga conda stuff just started blowing up. Literally by just the white guy coming up on the panel, everybody lost their shit. Not everybody.
Well,
black men lost their shit for a white man being on the panel saying, hey, that's anybody, literally, you don't know who works the hardest on this panel. And that's it.
Well, I mean, that's just them. Like you said earlier, like you said this before, that made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You were saying how, sometimes people would see dysfunction in a few people and blame it on the entire group. You know what I mean? But it's really just those people. It's just them. That person was just.
See, if I agree. On this one, Mike, you and I are in full agreement with this one. You see, I'm one of those guys. I mentioned I was a 9/11 recovery worker. There were members in the 9/11 community and the families who were very anti-Muslim. I am not one of them. I say this in my videos, and I made it very public, that you cannot lay the blame of a few assholes on the entire culture or the entire religion or race. Just because a few dumbasses decided to do this stupid thing, and abuse their religion. And I've read the Quran, man. It's not really all that different in many ways. It's much the same as the Bible, in quite a few ways with, the Prophet, Muhammad and everything. I did read the Quran, to be honest with you. But, you have a few jackasses that make it look bad for everybody else, unfortunately. And that's what this kind of seems like almost. Once again, just to kind of like establish, it's like, oh, they're all boogeyman. But it just seems like there's a handful of just like these bad apples in there someplace that kind of like sour the bunch almost, in my opinion. That's at least what I heard.
It's all good. Like I said, like I said, and but I know I gotta wrap it up soon, so that way Kelly and them they have their show later on this evening.
Yeah, because you had 2 hours now.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I try not to go that long.
Ain't nobody gonna watch this whole thing.
Yeah. So you guys, like I said, I wanted to
You got to cut this up in pieces.
I'm gonna have to, Mike. Again, see, Mike even knows my show goddamn well like that. Y'all, like I said, y'all, listen. I don't mind taking on that mantle of being the bridge. I've said that before. I don't mind being the mantle, being the bridge. That way, if y'all want to email me, y'all grievances, or come on, boom. blackbrother123@gmail.com. I do respond. I will set up a show. They will tell you I will do that in a heartbeat. MAGA, email me. Literally, and I'm a man of my word when it comes to content. And literally, I'm telling you. So that way, if Mike and MAGA are serious about having a reparational conversation on lineage, I will do that. Where we can have a
just set it up.
Drink green.
We'll have a conversation.
And talk about literally all of it. And literally, they don't agree, but they're not attacking. And nobody
There's
is
no reason to.
Exactly. No. But what we saw right there with literally the man showing up, they lost their stuff. Not saying everyone. I don't want to say everyone lost their stuff, but the way how it turned out with just one dude showing up, y'all, we got to get better with that, man. We have to. You can't. There's no way, because one day I might have to send Mike into the goddamn United Nations or into the Supreme Court. One day he got to sit down across from goddamn MAGA. Sin might have to go get a job. Like y'all understand. And Kelly will tell you, I have plenty of times that we are rumbled out. No show BMT. Okay, so y'all not doing the show, babe. Like, understand this. If I wanted to do a show for Kelly and Mo on a predominantly white channel, they would give me that. They would give me that key to do it. And I have run their show before. And the white people who come up there, they talk with me, and we talked about everything: reparations, government, finances, prepping, policy, school, sexuality, business, family. We talked on everything, court system, all of that. And I've never broken character, and I've stayed faithful. Same thing. They come over, and I say, hey, y'all want to come over and talk about gun rights? They come right up on here, and I've seen Mike be first one to grab the link and jump right up. Oh, let's have these conversations, because that's what this is for. It's either y'all don't be having all the courage to throw the rock, but then all of a sudden when the kids from next door come over to say who threw the rock, all of a sudden y'all get quiet. Then don't show up. Don't show up. Shout out to, like I said, shout out to Sin, shout out to Mike, shout out to MAGA, shout out to Ray, shout out to John. Y'all, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, y'all, I'm not going to change what I'm doing. I know some people are going to be coming out saying BMT has been bringing white people into the manosphere and they're here attacking us. Y'all just heard a man just wish death upon another man multiple times. 2 men. But I'm the devil. Let that set in. Okay. Y'all go ahead and say y'all final words.
Let me say this. First off, I'll try to make this quick if you don't mind. First off, BMT, I really appreciate you having me on here. I see Maurice is in the chat. I have been reading the chats and all that. I actually got my camera and the big screen up there. Mike, even though we fundamentally do disagree on some stuff, it was a pleasure talking to you, my friend. I thought, listen, man, sometimes it's best, and I found this. I even say this on my channel that, I'm not always right, and my word's not the final word. It's just me thinking and me talking my stuff. At the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do regardless or despite what I say anyway. I'm just a schmuck with a baseball cap and a soccer jersey. That's how I present myself on my channel. So, I'm just a dick on YouTube with headphones and a baseball cap and a soccer jersey. But I always appreciate good conversation, and sometimes you need to hear things from different points of view to keep your mind open about other people and how other people see the world. You can't always be that arrogant, and that's self-centered. There are millions of people on this planet, man, and not one of us acts, thinks, or looks the same, man. So remember that at the end of the day. That's how I'm going to leave it. So all you guys, I'm MAGA, man. I'm easy to find. Thank you, everybody in the chat here to BMTs. Mike, you were awesome. The gentleman up in the top corner, Sear, is that how you pronounce it? Sear? Forgive me for that if I'm saying it wrong.
Sin.
Awesome. Sin. It was a pleasure too. So thank you.
Like I said, Maga,
Likewise.
please.
All right, it's good meeting you too. Good.
Come on, make sure you come on back, Maga, so we can do some more talks. Anybody else? Anybody else say something? Judge me, throw stones. I mean, if you want to, please.
I'll make a closing argument. Hey, but no, the thing is, like I said, the thing that I feel like what we're learning to do on YouTube, you got to have the full expression of the raw, guttural trash. I mean, I guess it can't be too bad so that people go out and do evil stuff. But the point is, you want to hear what's real. You want to hear authentic people. And that's because you can't solve a problem unless you understand the problem. You have to understand it first. And then you can manipulate it. Right. And so that's what I think this is giving us the opportunity to do. And like I said, BMT, I mean, you're good because you're the central type guy. That's what you are. And, you're going to take some hits for that. So just be prepared. But, but at least we'll be able to do what we do internally among maybe just Black people. We'll be able to do that maybe cross-culturally a little bit more through you. And, maybe it'll get us some real progress, make it easier for us to communicate with people in the world here. So that's probably good.
No, I agree. And like I said, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be where MAGA can come. Kelly, Truck, Carol, a lot of people from different races and colors and creeds can come and sit down and talk with us, men and women. Y'all are crazy if y'all think that I'm going to stop. What's going on, Mano? Y'all are crazy. Like I said, he's just on the other side of the manosphere. So literally all them talking points, all that stuff. MAGA, have you ever heard of high value, man? Thank you.
This is where I'm grateful that, guys like yourself have been kind of like bringing me into other parts of, I guess, the manosphere or whatever you want to call it, because I kind of want to expand my horizons a little bit, like what you said.
I got let me be the river of Styx boatman, and I will take you through Hades, and I will show you around our neck of the woods. If you ready to ride, I will take you there, and we will journey. If you want, we will make content on dynamic duel from two sides of the fence, and literally we can talk about any and everything. You already know. And I get it, and I understand why Mike said, BMT, you have to be that middle guy, so that way people can cross the bridge and have the conversation in the middle of the bridge. If that's fine, hey, cool. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm good. I'm comfortable where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So that way I look forward to hearing from Trucker. I look forward from MAGA. And actually, I'm supposed to be doing a show with MAGA talking about child support. But literally, y'all think that the white man got it better than the Black man.
Oh, no, we don't. I got a whole playlist talking about it. Oh, no, we don't.
And literally, I do stuff for Sin. When we talked about Job Corps and different other stuff and literally getting jobs and stuff, like I said, go ahead, Sin. Let's go ahead and give your final thoughts, man.
I'll answer a question you asked very early in the video. If we are not able, and hell, this goes for anybody, if you are not able to see through whatever pain you have dealt with, whatever traumas, whatever possible brainwashing, if you cannot listen, be open-minded, and be capable of understanding the other sides to things, you're never really going to get any major results. And that's not even just in the racial aspects. That's relationships and wherever else you decide to go. That's going to hurt you big time. Heal yourself or you're going to hurt somebody else or everybody else, or you're going to hurt yourself again.
Like I said, and thank you for that. Like I said, you guys, I don't regret what I did. Reg said that he wants people to, funnel through his channel. I'm in gaming and different other stuff, and I'm in chats with MAGA and Kelly and Mano and different other people and different other religions and groups and sections. Even Mike knows that. Info knows that. I'm everywhere. So And the thing about it is, it tires me out, but I understand my purpose, and I'm not saying I'm like this some high deity or something. I'm not. I'm just that guy that I'm comfortable sitting at different tables and having a talk with people and literally saying, hey, why don't you come over with me to play some N64 and I'll bring my friend Mike over. You sure? Is it cool? I remember that's how it was for goddamn Mo. Mo wanted to go over to the B1 sector. I said, I'll go over there with you. Guess what? Guess who shows up to his channel now? People from the B1 sector show up to Taz's channel. Because I told Mo, let's go over there. When they came after Kelly and Mo's family, I had their back. Just like I would have y'all back. I don't play for I protect what's my people, my friends and family on this space. So I like I said, you guys, y'all mad at what I do. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep on growing. Like I said, now I got another open avenue bridge with Magaman. He's like, yo, I want people from his channel to come over here. And I wanted, we said, hey, BMT, I want you to come over to my panel. Let's have a talk. I'll be right over there, man. Give me the date and time. I'm not gonna stop doing what I do. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Me and Mike, we talk about family and stuff, and we don't shy away from what we talk about, and we're gonna keep doing it. So you guys, if y'all want me to change, you can kiss my ass on that. I'm not gonna ever do that. I'm not apologetic about it. I don't have no regrets bringing my friend, my battle buddy, Valster Gaming, which we are a gaming, onto a panel to talk with y'all. But then y'all, no, fuck.
It's all good, bro. Let's keep it moving.
I'll see y'all guys
Hey,
later.
Mike.
All right. Yeah.
I just gotta ask Mike one question before we get off. How the hell is your internet so smooth and mine sucks? Jesus, man, because I'm clicking all over the place and you're there all nice and smooth like you're on an ice skating rink and I'm here like
Hey, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I had to throw that
Mo
in
and
there.
Kelly are going to do a show next.
It's all
Mo
good.
and Kelly show coming up next. So if y'all guys go over to Mo and Kelly.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Peace out.
They'll do a show. So if
Take
y'all
care, guys.
Hey,
go over
thanks,
to Mo
Joe.
and
Y'all
Kelly
have a
show.
nice night.
And also check out Maga Man. Again, check out my homie Maga Man. Listen, you better have some thick skin. He does not hold back on what he has to say. But literally, hey, he's straightforward and he's rough. But if you have him down for the fight, he'll show up. Also, like I said, I'm cool with a lot of content creators. I'm just that kid that's just cool at the other table. I don't pick a side. I just literally, and I'm tired of people telling me, well, you need to pick who you're with. Then I'm with me. I'll be with me then. And I'll do a talk about that with John Constantine. If you go to the Hotel Continental, guess what? Nobody's above the law. It's the law. When you break the law, you're no different than the savages. So, I'll see you later. Hey, Trumpster Bob, take the butthole challenge. Thank you, Trumpster Bob. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll probably one day have Trumpster Bob up here, and then y'all really can lose y'all shit. Trumpster Bob, email me. That way you can come on up. Trumpster Bob, email me. I'll bring Trumpster Bob up. That way y'all can really get some crazy shenanigans. Go over to Kelly and Mo's channel so that way they can do the Rumble. Kelly's just going to smoke cigarettes and walk around and fall asleep. And Mo's just going to drink and let y'all get triggered. So y'all go overhead to Mo and Kelly's channel. Go over to my family's channel. Y'all have a good time. Peace.